So, all right, let's talk about some wild guns. So, the videos and thoughts that people have had on the game, I will say, definitely did not prepare me for the difficulty of the game. But
Hmm.
despite the difficulty, I really did have a good time with it, and I 100% stand by what I said before we started. This is a game where you should definitely play two player because that is the experience to have while playing this game. Also, there's a surprising amount of depth. It's by base, it looks like a standard arcade game, but then there's a lot more to it. There's like some strategy. You can find hidden upgrades to really KO those bots that stand in your way. You got to dodge in certain situations. There's a lot of shooting going on your side, but you also got to be paying attention for them to shoot you because that's where the difficulty comes in. You take one shot and you're basically you lose a life right then and there. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. What were your thoughts?
I actually really liked it. It's like very old school style game shooting gallery. We don't really have games like that at all. But I really dig it. The sci-fi western genre or whatever you want to call it setting is really cool. Very Westworldy.
Yeah,
Although this might have come before Westworld, so maybe Westworld is very wild gunsy.
I mean the original Westworld
Definitely.
film I think predated this
Oh,
game,
that's true. Yeah, true. Definitely really hard. Tough game
even
to
on easy. Yeah,
yeah, and we didn't even really get that much farther together on
even on
easy, so
easy mode,
it's a hard game.
we definitely saw that we definitely saw how easy mode was
Boss.
easier, but it's still tough. It's still tough. Oh, Mexican
Yeah.
Memer's asking me how my job go. I appreciate you asking. It's actually went pretty good for the first 2 days. It was like did my orientation, got settled in. First day wasn't too bad, so I got settled in pretty well. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it. I think it's gonna go well. But yeah, continuing on. Yeah, I love the sci-fi western theme. I also like that there's that optional two-player mode where you could just where like that's more of a pure shooting gallery in that sense. Where you're just literally shooting at everything around you. You don't have to worry about dodging enemies. That mode is I would definitely say you can play that against a computer player, but that's I can't imagine that being as fun. That's 100%. You got a buddy with you. Go shoot up some targets and see who can get a better score in 3 rounds. That in that mode is great. You compete in that mode while in the more main story mode you're working together against the enemies. I can imagine that if two people are like really good at this game, they could post some like really high scores and just really demolish some bosses. I actually want to look up some videos now after this. Well, not directly after this because I got to work in the morning. But next time I'm
No.
free, I just like check out the videos, some Wild Guns playthroughs. Um, yeah, this game is fun. It was hard. It makes me want to learn how like what the secrets are just to like see what's out. And I think they did make like a remake of this game called Wild Arms Reloaded. I don't know too much about it. That's something I'm gonna have to do some homework on. Yeah, I don't know if that's on like on modern platforms that can be played. But I will say for this game though, this did have because it's on the Switch online service, you could play it online with a friend, and that's definitely really good because it's easier than ever to get that other person with you to go through the levels and shoot up a lot of the bad robots that get in your way. And again, a game like this that really I do feel like is built on this solid two-player play really benefits from being on this service. So I'm glad this game is here, that so a lot of more people can play it. Play some Wild Guns, man. What are your final thoughts on it?
Yeah, play Wild Guns. It's really cool. It's a game that you don't really they don't really have any modern games like this too much these days. Trying
Yeah.
to think back, like maybe what was that Until Dawn game on PSVR? That's like
Oh,
the
Until
only
Dawn Rush
modern
of
game.
Blood, the VR one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the closest to this kind of game. Shooting gallery, I guess, kind of that way. But even
Yeah.
then, this just has like some special, Super Nintendo sauce, so it just feels timeless, and it's really fun. And I can see it being, I don't know if it was an arcade game, but I could see it playing a lot like, easier on an arcade
It
machine,
definitely
like
feels like an
standing up
arcade
next to
game.
some
Yeah.
friends. Yeah,
It does, and like you said, the Super Nintendo graphics really does give it that timeless feel. I've said this since I started season 2 of this series that SNES games graphically hold up so much better than NES
mm,
games. I know a lot of people like their 8-bit retro charm, but in my opinion, these games still look fantastic in like their 16-bit form. Like
yeah,
it's just that's the like I don't like I grew up with an N64. That was my first console, but I still look at Super Nintendo games and feel like that sense of nostalgia and enjoyment as if I did live in that time, and that's something I really appreciate about it. So, Wild Guns definitely holds up. Find a friend to play this with. you'll have a great
Hmm.
time. Even if you don't do the best, you'll still have a great time. It's just
Yeah.
it's a really entertaining game.
I
Uh,
wonder if they're saving though. I feel like without saving, I don't know how
Oh, I
you're
will point
supposed
that
to
out
beat
too.
it.
Like for those who are watching and want to give this game a try, don't forget that suspend points are a thing. So if you're having like a killer run with a buddy, you can abuse that until you just don't
Forgot about
die.
that. Yeah.
That can definitely mitigate some of the difficulty for you if you want to go that route, or if you don't, that's fine too. That option is there. But that was Wild Guns, and that does conclude both of our games for the night. So I want to